We still talking about our sweet TNT. Archie school officials appeal to the ministry for help for a pigeon infestation, bad infrastructure at Marabella North Secondary just down the road here. Gadsby-Dolly says, we are facing a decay in morals. Gadsby-Dolly, it's so ironic that you would say that. Are we really facing a decay of morals? I wonder why. What about this man having a cabinet minister female in his cabinet who is married, and this man giving bundles of loving to that cabinet minister, and then she puts your husband out of the house while going with our next land grabber and our next one who couldn't get a degree in masters and all this kind of thing. One who being investigated by all the police same time, and two of them, the prime minister and his young gun, trying to see who could lie more, start to fight over the bundles. And then when the Douglas bust the mark, the bundles go and tell your husband, bring back the bag, the garbage bag or the things. I wonder why the morals decaying. And Gadsby-Dolly, I wonder why. Because Gadsby-Dolly says, as the Ministry of Education grapples with school violence, the Minister, Dr. Nayan Gadsby-Dolly, said it is important for agencies to place a greater focus on girls and other students in need of special mentoring. A multifaceted intergovernmental approach could address this problem. She was speaking in McCoy at MIC. Gadsby-Dolly lamented recent school fights involving girls, saying this program might be an ideal part of the solution. She said the country is facing a decay in the moral fabric of our society, and it is allowed to develop. The country will pay a high price. We paying the price. You talking about moral decay? What was decaying in the cabinet? What is this? They talk about 3 cabinet ministers inside, and they all could discuss notes on whether the horny goat weed walking, the man gone for checkup in LA. Normal checkups taking weeks. What is that? And you come to talk about moral decay of our children when your government has done nothing? When your government starts from the top with the most decadent disgust. This man was a teacher in Tobago and impregnated a girl of school age, Gata Lane. His son, who he don't mind because he's only mind those, he mind in one family on the inside. So all them others on the outside, them on their own. He said so. And you're talking about moral decay? This man who would not even mind the outside children? And you have intimate knowledge of this man, Gadsby-Dolly, and you're talking about children? Check yourself first. This man and you in the cabinet receive a report since December 13, 2021 that children are being raped and abused, buggered and buttered, and you all have done nothing. And you're talking about the children moral decay? The fish that's rotten from the flipping head. Look the big ugly head of the fish there. Look at this. School fights for fame now, she say. Oh, so social media now start. Camera phone now start when? In January here at Gadsby-Dolly. Deeper dive into school violence needed, says The Guardian, June 8. Scores of citizens were left aghast over the past 48 hours after videos surfaced on social media, and yet another violent fact. After this lady minister had said school violence down to 0, Franco men lie. It was the latest in a series of such incidents since students returned to physical classes following an almost 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. More importantly, however, was the fact that in the latest case on Monday, a female Williamsville secondary student was injured by another female student. School fights for fame, says Gadsby-Dolly. Then Gadsby-Dolly, after the day, the June 7th, says 0 because we have police patrol and things. School fights down to 0. Then child get chopped in face. All of this was the day after. This is one day. I ain't give you all for the last week, But then Gadsby-Dolly comes and says more than 1,300 students suspended already this term. This term, amid 1,318 student suspensions occurring in the school term, the Education Minister, Dr. Nayan Gadsby-Dolly, yesterday said her ministry is carefully monitoring the disciplinary history of repeat offenders And doing what? And what is he funding for counselors, for social workers, for sports, for karatecas, for maths, for senseis, for sporting activities, for extracurricular, extra term? What is the facilities? How are we ensuring that our schools are a place of pristine learning, beautified? What about the air conditions, the fencing, the grounds? Look at this. This is what the PNM is overseeing. Rowley said that the children were behaving back in 2016 like hyenas in an African jungle. Well, the hyenas have multiplied under you, Rowley, as you describe them. And only you could say hyenas in an African jungle. Could you imagine if Tim Gopi Singh or Kamala said that? Racist, but a double-stuffed Oreo who don't like nothing black or brown says it. And the media says that's okay. And all of you frauds out there say that's okay. When Rowley don't like black people and he don't like Indian people, he don't like nothing other than money and light color. And I'm telling you that I know that man since 1986. Go and look at all the pictures of him amongst people of lighter hues. You'll see him like this. You wouldn't even believe it. He looked like the minister of man in a all-man festival, right? like that, like happy, excited. And when he's talking to black and brown people, you go and hear him, don't turn here into a ghetto and do this and wean yourself off the government. The government cannot do that. That's what you all elect. And then he tried to play black man. He's a proud black man. He's a disgrace. Well, he's not even black.